What's up, all my boys and friends out there? Dudes, girls, cats, dogs, whoever's on here. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Oh, I got tone. Listen to that tone. Who's out there? What's going on, everyone? How's everyone's Sunday? Good? All right, let's do some jamming. Yeah, what's good, everyone? Yeah. Alright, man, let's do some jamming. Sorry I'm a little late today, everybody. Trying to stick to the schedule, but always got stuff to do too. But if I'm a little late, you will expect me on all the days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Yeah, I'm trying to stick to it, so just check my schedule that I've been posting up on social media. Alright, man, I'm going to do my solo set today. I like to try to run through this like every day. And you know the routine. Let's just hang and talk music, questions, anything you guys got. That's what I'm here for. All right. Let's rock. Hey, Tom, how are you? handicap performance? Thank you, Rob. Yeah, that was a fun show in Santa Ana. I didn't realize I played that place not too long ago. Rizzo, my all-time favorite live band. I saw you guys at the last UK Ozfest. Well, right on, man. When was that? The last UK Ozfest? I don't remember. That might have been '02, right? Was that the last time? You tell me, man. Yeah, but I had a great show in Santa Ana. That was a good time. What is your favorite signature guitar of mine? So I had two, if you remember. I had the BC Rich Stealth. That was a pretty cool one. But I'm gonna go with my Washburn, signature. Came out about 4 or 5 years ago, and it basically was very similar to a Les Paul, but a 7-string. I loved it when it came out. It was the perfect guitar. It still is. I love it, but apparently Washburn is no longer making that guitar. Apparently they discontinued a whole bunch of signature models that they had, and now they only make the Nuno Betancourt. Yo, what up, Orlando? How are you? So that being said, you can't find it anymore. It is a great guitar. I have one of them left here at my house. It's still a great guitar. I love it. And my plan was to continue working with Washburn and do a 7-string like an SG. It never happened. We talked about making it, but again, they discontinued my model. They discontinued a lot of people's models from what I heard. And, so anyway, yeah, I'm right now talking to a couple different companies. Dean is one of them, so I'm hoping we're going to move forward and put out an SG style Dean, which they do have. I didn't know that. I just found that out recently, that they do make a SG type Dean. So yeah, hopefully that comes out soon, man. We're in talks right now, and we're gonna see what's up and see if they make that for me. So yeah, but the Washburn was definitely one of my favorites. And like I said, I have one of them left, but they did discontinue them, unfortunately. So it is what it is, man. All right, let's keep rocking. Yo, what up, Tom? Any advice on how to learn how to work on guitars? I don't work on guitars, but I don't know a lot about working on guitars. I just try to intonate them the best I can. have the tracks, they're not online. Thank you, Daniel. I don't know yet. The key might be a 6 string or a 7. I don't know yet, man. I'm thinking about it still. Guys, thank you for those tips. I appreciate it, man. We need tips now. Very nice of you. Preference about whammy bars. I'm not really into whammy bars though. I like just a fixed bridge like I have here. No more, what up, man? Yeah, so my favorite Aussie guitar player. Good question. Obviously, it all starts with Randy Rhoads. You know, he was way, way ahead of his time. Huge influence on me, obviously. All of us, especially any guitar player from my generation, even older. Randy Rhoads was just way ahead of his time, the way he was incorporating classical, ideas, Diary of a Madman style classical playing. It was amazing. It was very, very cutting edge and ahead of its time. Um, Incredible guitar player, incredible what he does. Still to this day, I think he's ahead of his time. The stuff he does. I could listen to Randy Rhoads all day long, man. Love his playing. Um, Love his tone. His tone is one of my favorite things about him too. He had such a awesome overdriven Marshall sound, and I like that sound. I'm not into all this digital stuff. It's pretty funny. I heard a very ignorant comment from a pretty famous guitar player nowadays, trashing Randy Rhoads' tone, which I thought was very funny, because I don't even think this dude was born when Randy Rhoads was doing this thing. And you got to give respect to the past and to the past players that built up to where we are today in guitar playing. And Randy Rhoads is one of those guys. Who was way ahead of his time. And any shredder of today, whether you know Randy stuff or not, you definitely, yeah, you know who it was, Marc. It was very ignorant of that person. Anyway, but you got to give credit to someone like Randy Rhoads, because that's where the shred game, he's one of the forefathers of this whole shred neoclassical thing. So, yeah, listen to Randy Rhoads, study his playing, because he was, the beginning, in my opinion, one of the first forefathers of the shred, the shred in metal, taking it to the next level with the classical thing. And, if people don't understand that, it's like, I don't know, man, don't play guitar then, get into something else, Anyway, so, yeah, Randy Rhoads, obviously, you have to start with Randy Rhoads. I love them all. I love all Ozzy's players, Zach is very dear to me, his playing, just because when he came out, everybody was doing the classical neo shred thing, the Inve thing, the Randy Rhoads thing, and I loved how Zach Wild came out and said, "Nah, man, I'm gonna play bluesy. I'm gonna play, pentatonics, but super fast." And in my opinion, that was very different for the time, When I was a young kid, when No Rest for the Wicked came out, I was already started playing guitar, and I was blown away by Zach. But I love Jake E. Lee. I love, some of my favorite Ozzy songs were the Jake E. Lee years. Bark at the Moon is one of my favorite Ozzy songs. Killer of Giants, The Ultimate Sin. I love Jake E. Lee. And I always tell people, if you're into Jake E. Lee, you got to check out the band he started when he left Ozzy, which was Badlands, which was incredible stuff. I mean, I love the Badlands just as much as I loved anything he did with Ozzy. So you know what, man? I think Ozzy was very, lucky to have all these great guitar players, man, and always had a great choice of guitar players to choose from with all of them. So I mean, you really gotta listen. And even Gus G, Gus G is amazing. I love Gus G's guitar playing. I love what he did in Ozzy, man. I think Gus G is one of the best players out there today, man. He's just incredible, and I love his solo stuff. That solo record he put out a couple of years ago, I thought was really great stuff, So they're all great. I think they're all equally great, and I think everybody should really, dive in and listen to all the Ozzy records, and especially the Jakey Lee years. 'Cause I think a lot of that stuff people forgot about how good Jakey was, man. He just was just an excellent guitar player, and that's the style of guitar playing I love, is that 80s style of shred. The guys who knew how to improv and still play kind of bluesy. Yeah, Gus is so precise, man, and clean, and I think he writes great songs. Again, check out Gus G's solo record. I love that record, man. I used to listen to that record a lot. It really, really showcases what a great guitar player, a great songwriter. Yeah, I love them all, man. To play for Ozzy, you got to be one of the best. So, everyone that ever played for Ozzy, I thought was incredible. So, yeah. I would have loved to hear Dimebag, I wonder if Dime ever auditioned or, back in the day, because I would have loved to hear Dime do something with Ozzy. I mean, think of songs like The Sleep, right? Stuff off Cowboys from Hell. That was very Randy Rhoads influence, man. I mean, could you imagine if Dimebag played with Ozzy, and Ozzy sang on a song like The Sleep? I mean, that'd be incredible, man. So, I don't know. I could talk about this subject all day long, man. Yeah, me and Jakey Lee do have a lot in common, right, Marc? Except I think he did finally get his fair share of royalties off those records, Which I never will, and that's fine. I don't care. I got my own music. Like I always say, man, you guys have not even seen a touch of what I plan on doing in the future here, man. Wait till the Revenge Beast record drops, you know. Wait till the Hail the Horn stuff drops. Wait till my new solo record. Wait till this new El Nino record drops, man. You guys, you've seen nothing from me yet. Nothing. I don't run out of ideas, man. You know. All right, let's keep jamming. Keep the questions coming. That was a good question. See, I could sit down and talk about that kind of stuff all day long, man. Guitar-oriented questions, and yeah. And yeah, hold on, let's get this going. Hold on, give me a minute. All right. Well, this is one of my favorites. It's a Frank Rizzo from the movie The Jerky Boys. Oh, that's original, Frank. That's original. I never heard that one before. All right, let's do this. You ready? Here we go. Are my drummer, Anthony Vizio. Plays on all my records. Also plays for Deep Summer. That's always one of my favorite songs that I wrote. play it often. It's always in my solo set. It's got a good groove, you know. It's kind of the vibe I like going for, man. So I like the groovy, heavy stuff, and yeah. Yep. Anyway, so what are you guys up to? Any questions? Anything else you guys want to talk about? That was a great question about Ozzy and Jakey Lee. I could talk about stuff like that all day long. So please keep the questions coming. Let's talk music. I love talking music. I love talking about guitar. That's basically what this channel is about, is guitar playing, guitarists, talking music, talking theory, talking equipment. So ask away. And fitness. I love talking about fitness. We could talk about that all day long too. So right on, Ras Tomas. I appreciate that, man. What's the heaviest riff you ever wrote? I got a lot. Wait till the new Revenge Beast comes out. That's super, super heavy. Good question, Toby. I'll answer that in a question. Off the top of my head, one of my favorite riffs I ever wrote was on a Soulfly song that I wrote called My Path, and it's got this great riff at the end. Something like that. It's been a while, man. That was always one of my favorite riffs. Also, Isosceles. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Very simple riff, but heavy. I don't know. So many riffs, right? I mean, what's your favorite riff I wrote? You tell me. Leave that in the comments. And there's a lot of riffs I wrote that you probably don't even know I wrote, but leave that in the comment too, what you like. What was the question? What's the difference between El Nino back in the day and now? I mean, obviously, new singer, and for me, that's everything. You know, I love what Marcos does. When I found out Marcos was singing in El Nino, that basically was when I was asked, you know, to come back, and I was like, yes, I would love to come back and work with Marcos, you know, as the new singer. Was not a fan of what Chris did back in the day, never was. Still I'm not, and I'm very happy to work with Marcos, man. Marcos is just incredible. So yeah, I'm excited to continue working with Marcos. Kilo Cycle and Frontlines, there you go. Yes, those are great riffs I came up with, Mark, and they're kind of similar when you think about it. You know, it's got my style, standard E tuning, which I love. And remember, guys, that's a riff. That's not a solo. That's called a riff, okay? And Kilo Cycle's got a whole bunch of heavy riffs in it too. I'm playing a while. That was very sloppy, sorry. But there's a breakdown in Kilo Cycle that's super heavy. Drop E. Oh my God, the ignorance, right, Mark? The ignorance. Drop E. So you guys know there is no drop E. It doesn't exist. It makes no sense to tune your guitar to drop E. That would be called something different, but it makes no sense. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, that's a heavy riff from Kilo Cycle Interval. Sorry. Pretty heavy riff. Actually, that was a riff from one of my old death metal bands that I wrote. So thank you, Little C. I think a lot of you people are starting to realize that now, right? All right. Well, like I always said, man, you're going to love the new Revenge Beast because a lot of the writing that I brought to Soulfly all those years, you're going to get in Revenge Beast, guys. So make sure you buy that record. When playing on stage, have you ever had a moment where your mind went blank? No. Thank God, no. But, you know, I go on stage and I just drink coffee. I'm sober, so that's a big part of it. You know what I mean? Keep away from drugs, people, especially pot. That stuff is garbage, dude. Those are the people that go on stage and forget stuff, and that's what happens when you smoke pot. So don't smoke pot. It just makes you stupid and not remember things. That's right, Mark. You fueled by coffee and anger. I like that. All right, let's keep jamming, man. Keep asking questions, guys. Um, let's keep rocking. What else you guys want to know? I think I might have missed a couple of your questions there. You know. Yeah, remember that little C? Yeah, you should get your money back. You know, unless you're Cypress Hill, you really shouldn't be smoking pot on stage, guys. It just doesn't. You're ripping off your fans. People came to hear music, play your instruments. You know. So unless you're Cypress Hill, and I love Cypress Hill, they're awesome. What was it like opening up for Down? It was great, Toby. You know, will I ever write a blues track? I would love to. I mean, I have bluesy vibes on my record, kind of more blues, fusion, rock. I love stuff like that. My new solo record will definitely have a little bit more of a blues vibe to it. Playing with Down was incredible. I love Down. They're one of my favorite bands. You know, I'm a big Down fan. That first Down record, I've always loved that record, man, just as much as I love Pantera. So. No, I have no coffee sponsors yet, but I would love to get endorsed with some sort of coffee company or maybe even start my own coffee company because I absolutely am addicted to coffee. I love it. I drink it all day long, and you should too. It's good for you. All right, I'm going to keep rocking. Hell yeah. Those soulfly instrumentals, I have a lot to do with, honestly, guys. Ooh, Marc got me intonated. I'll intonate it later. there it is, everybody. So, yeah, there's a couple questions I might have missed, so please ask me again. Sometimes in the middle of jamming, I miss the questions. You know, I'm looking at the fretboard, it happens. Yes, I have to intonate the guitar. I haven't played this guitar for a couple days. It's been humid, hot. Sometimes, you know, these SGs are definitely very temperamental. I know some people don't like SGs because the neck is so thin and it's got to be intonated. But you know what, man? When you think about it, that's a good thing that you're intonating your guitar a couple times a week, staying on top of it. That's good. It's actually a good thing. I like that. So, Mark, what guitars most influence you other than Randy Rhoads? So many, man. Obviously, Dimebag, Zach Wilde, Joe Satriani, Eric Johnson's a big one, Vinnie Moore, Paul Gilbert. I go on forever, you know. Over the years, writing most of the El Nino material. Was Dave a riff writer? Yeah, well, Dave definitely has a big part of the writing. Everyone had a big part. I don't know when I left. From what I heard, everybody wrote. Everybody put in equally after I left. Back in the day, you know. In the beginning, it started off with myself, Dave, and Chris writing, and then everybody by the second record was writing all together. So yeah, El Nino was definitely always a group effort, which is cool. That's a cool thing, and that's I think that's what makes for a great writing process. And you know, the more people you got, it can add a lot to the finished product. So yeah, that's how it's done. So this new El Nino record, I came in when it basically was already written. I just came in and basically did a bunch of solos and added my acoustic stuff and added some more like kind of some riffs, busy ideas on top. So I was just adding. Probably the next record, I will definitely be doing a lot more. You know, come up with songs from the beginning, I'm sure. So yeah. Excited for that. It's gonna be fun. Do you work out on the road? And what's my diet like? Good question, Frank. Yes, I work out every day, no matter where I am in the world, on the road or home. I'm always working out. If you've watched me train in some of my workout videos, I'm always going to parks. I love doing calisthenics. I've talked about training a lot of boxing, Muay Thai, a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but a lot of just body weight stuff. I like kettlebell. I love kettlebell. It's definitely one of my favorites. I mix it up. You know, every day's something different. But definitely a lot of calisthenics. I love the simplicity of going to a park or in my backyard working out. You know, it's real simple stuff. Just pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, sit-ups. That's it. 5 movements, you know, and just do a lot of them. But yeah, I'm going to do more workout videos for you guys. I'm getting a little bit more into personal training. I enjoy it, you know, so if anybody wants to train with me, hit me up, private message me, and we'll put something together. So, no excuse to not be in shape, especially for metal. I've always said, you know, going on stage and playing metal is a very physical thing, no matter what your instrument is, and people are paying for their tickets, so you better show up in shape and put it on a great show. Otherwise, you're ripping your fans off, and that ain't gonna happen at any of the gigs I play. I promise you, man. Not anymore. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more songs for you guys, and get ready. So I'm cooking a chicken pot pie tonight. I'm pretty excited. Big night. Chicken pot pie Sunday, and I'm excited for that. I like chicken pot pies. All right, let's do this one. I haven't played this one in a minute. This is let's do this. Here we go. always ask the good questions, man. When I'm in the middle of a song. Hold on. Alright, that's a good one. I could talk about that forever. Alright. Obviously, I love old Metallica. Love it. Who were some of the artists who inspired you for flamenco style? Paco de Lucia. I love Ben Woods. Paco Pena. I love Paco Pena. He had a very more traditional style of flamenco. Anyway, so Metallica, Megadeth. Love old Metallica. Obviously, what they did later on, they lost me. I was not a fan of what they did after Injustice for All. I never even really liked the Black record either. Anyway, so I'm gonna go with Megadeth, man. You know, in my opinion, Megadeth really never put a bad record out. Even the ones that really kind of got a little bit away from real technical metal stuff, I still like it. And now when I look back at those records, some of them were pretty cool. You know, like I think it was Trust. There's a couple songs on there that were pretty cool. So I'm gonna go Megadeth, man. I'm a huge Megadeth fan, and I really like some of the last records they put out. I thought 13 was really good. What's the one before that? There was one that came out before 13 that I really liked. It was a Chris Broderick, and it was an incredible record. So I'm gonna go with Megadeth, man. As much as I love old school Metallica, they're one of my favorite bands of all time. I love Kirk Hammett. You know, he's one of my favorites. But they definitely let me down on those Load records. That's it. Endgame. Megadeth's Endgame. That record is just as good as Rust in Peace. I freaking love that record. Yeah, so. Alright, listen, guys. I gotta go. Sorry. Something came up. Peace. I'll talk to you guys a little later. I'll be back on later tonight, guys. Later. Sorry. Peace.